Hello, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 7 of the RRTG, otherwise known as the Random Road to Glory, where we build our team spending no FIFA points, but also not using a single player from a top 9 nation or top 5 league. Aside from the man, the literal club is named after, Carl Jenkinson. Last episode we finished our first ever FUT Champs, finishing a more than respectable 12-7, meaning this time out we get to enjoy the fun bit, rewards. So I'm not one to hang about, let's get stuck right in. First up, we had player picks, nothing major to write home about. I did have one decision to make though, between nominee Edison and team of the week Vlahovic. Let me land with this one before you jump to conclusions. There are a lot of SBCs which require a team of the week, so getting a high rated one can be quite expensive. So here's me thinking, well, this is just perfect, I got one for free. What I did not anticipate was this man's pack weight being in the literal mud. Along with our rewards, we have 63 packs saved up in total. With this combined, this weekend, I pulled not one, not two, not even 3, but 4 Dusan Vlahovic's. Safe to say I felt like a bit of a donut. Will not be doing that again. Other notable pulls include another team of the week in Gabriel. You'll have to excuse the pack animation because it was interrupted by guess who? Vlahovic. Can't get away from the man. An 88 Paredes, that was also decent given the overall. Capped things off an 89 Neymar, which is always nice. Granted, most of these are untradeable and I can't use them, but still, after putting up what we could on the market, we sat on a tidy 175k. And you should all know what that means by now. Again, just take it in. Take it in and deep. For a second, after this evolution, given how I bundled it in with the half-finished growth spurt Evo, not only will I probably have the highest rated Carl Jenkinson in the world, but also the highest rated Carl Jenkinson card of all time. If anyone out there can refute that claim, be my guest, but for now, I couldn't be prouder. Get right in there, son. With that, we were sitting on 75k, and this is where my masterpiece was really meant to come together. This is where you're all meant to look at me and say, despite his team looking like a literal dog's dinner, he did in fact have a plan all along. With our remaining coins, I was going to put the already upgraded Xingtian in the fast forward evolution. This would not only make him a great CB, but also make him radioactive. And given he plays for the same club as Big Brout, it would mean the Norwegian would finally be on max chemistry. However, at the time of recording, there was a glitch in which if you had put a card through the Patrick Hu evolution, which Xingtian had been, every time you tried to put them in this one, the server would crash. There was no workaround. I tried this, the web app, every forum known to man. At the end of the day, it just wasn't meant to be. Incredibly annoying, but it means for the time being, Brout son, I know I've done it to you before, but just for now, we're going to have to work without you. And on top of that, get a little bit creative. And so, I went to the market. First on our list was to find someone who could actually go into the fast forward Evo. This was quite an investment, so it took me a minute, but in the end I settled on Mackenzie. Can play 3 positions, 6'3", pacey, perfect medium high work rates, everything you look for in a defender. So with him in there, it only made sense to explore the Scottish League in a little bit more depth, and we stumbled upon a fair few gems, if I do say so myself. The first was Inform O'Reilly. You know I love a midfielder that can do it all, and this man's got that and more. Plus he links to Bar, so we're ticking every box here. Next was a man I didn't even know existed before I had a browse, but I got a feeling we're going to get to know each other very well, and that is Theo Bear. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it's pronounced Bear or Bar, but at 6'4" and that strength, we're going with Bear. The man, he's an animal. Lacking a bit on the play styles, but all I need him to do is run fast in a straight line and occasionally head a ball into a net. I can't think of many better for that job. Plus, he's eligible for the skill moves Evo, so the best, they just got better. With that purchase, we were strapped for cash, meaning some hard decisions had to be made, namely the moving on of both Larson and Højlund. They weren't bad, but the fact they allowed us to pick up this man, it was a no-brainer. I see your comments. It's time to make them reality, as we had Al Owairan to the squad. That was a real struggle. Might just call him Big Al, we'll see. One thing I do know for sure, though, the man is a demon. I needed some real pace in the side, and with rapid and quick step, they don't get much quicker. Plus, you know he ticks all the boxes regarding the RRTG rules. And with that, this was the side. Again, don't look like much. We were really set back by the Evo glitch, had to start at square one, plus like half of our team are in progress Evo. So for today, that'll be step 1, getting us some upgrades. And with that, it was straight into Div Rivals. It's been one hell of a journey, but we're putting the pieces together finally. Time to see if this puzzle was a beauty or not. Saying that, it's an old face to get us off the mark here as Hernandez makes the most of the high press, tapping it into an open net to put us a goal to the good. 5 minutes later, it's our other main man to double our lead. Our two top dogs, just letting the new lads know the standard here at JGFC, what's expected of them at such an elite establishment. My opponent clearly knew the levels, he didn't last much longer. Game 2, and I was hoping to see a little bit more from our purchases, but once again it's Louis to set the tone, and I have never seen such a relaxed finish in my life. That's the striker, man, that's been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Fortunately, we didn't have to wait much longer for one of the newbies to bag, and it was more than worth the hold up. He might be the size of a bear, but he's got the touch of a gazelle. On the chest, little swivel, bottom corner. It's an absolute beauty as Theo bags his first for the club. This one wasn't to be a complete whitewash though, as it's Kane to quickly go down the other end and claw one back, but we weren't phased. Second half, and it's Bar to get on a score sheet and double our lead. Not sure what you're doing moving your keeper there. Some fellas only got about 12 shooting. One man who can half hit him though is Bear to get us our fourth off the back of a Louis cutback. Got a feeling you're going to be seeing that little combo a fair few times in the near future, so get used to it. My opponent is to get one back, but don't let it distract you from the real main event here, as it's that man again to score in the final moments. 5-2, 3 goals, and in his first full game, a match ball for the Bear. Game 3, and coming off a performance like that, there's going to be a hard act to follow. Finishing like this though, you will have come close. It's the most delicate of touches from the Great Dane to put us a goal to the good. Second half, and it's the last of the newcomers to open up their tally for the gents. Twist up Van Dijk so badly, he's got him doing Bikram yoga, not sure what that is. Regardless, it's Big Al to slot it bottom right to give us the 2-goal cushion before it's a goal straight from the training ground to give us a third. Short corner, ping to the edge of the area, headed back inside by Theo, and Sergey, he don't miss from there. 3-0 to cap off a massively successful first outing. So, not only did we come away with a few wins, but thanks to that, also a few upgrades. First is Bear to get himself a nice little bump to 86. Mackenzie receives a massive upgrade, taking his overall to 88. But here's the one we've all been waiting for. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, would you please all rise for Carl Jenkinson. What a belter of a card. If I'm nitpicking, still 10 overall off where it should be, but more than a decent start, I will give it that. While we were doing that, we also had some rival rewards come in, which meant we had a spare bit of coin to play with. Just enough, in fact. I was able to make an addition I'll be looking at for a fair while now. He is an absolutely crucial player for us. It's only right we got the best version money can buy. It's 88 overall. Team of the week, Milinkovic-Savic joins the squad. Along with this, I wanted to add some new life to our bench, so I thought, who better to get some help from the new chaps? First up was Lawrence Shanklin. We got a fair few strikers in rotation now, but considering we're dabbling in the Scottish League, who knows? Could end up getting some minutes. Next up was Leandro Cabrera. Decent silver card. I like the look of his work rates. Left-footed, can play 2 positions, which is always nice. The real selling point, no. Look at those play styles. It'll be an absolute nightmare to link, don't get it twisted. But if we can get this fella hooked up to an Evo or 2, we might have ourselves a player here. The last man on our list, I was looking for someone from Gala. And you know when the stars just align? This was one of those moments. Not only did I have a first owner Ziyech knocking about, we've only got an upgraded him too. Welcome to the club, son. The final change of the day wasn't to a player, but to the club. You know how it comes. You look good, you feel good. We managed to keep our famous red and yellow for the kits. And for the badge, you know we had to get the Big J, representing the man himself. Also aligned the stadium with our colour scheme. Place is going to be a fortress for years to come. It is an absolute beauty. Speaking of beauty, I'd also like to introduce you to the new and improved starting 11. Oh, don't they look good? Even a bench is starting to come together. This is obviously the team we'll be taking into the upcoming weekend league. First things first though, we've got to actually get there. And I can't think of anywhere better for the new squad to cut their teeth than the qualifiers. So the first game, and I was excited. The teams we're facing are still absolutely ridiculous compared to ours. But for the first time this series, I felt like I'd really be able to compete. And in the opening minutes of this one, we did just that. It's like Groundhog Day for our first. I think I showed you this same Hernandez to Bear goal 3 times this episode. I'm still not sick of seeing it though. 1-0, and we made short work of this guy. 11 minutes in, Theo's already got a brace. Saying that, Mbappe did manage to get 1, but it wouldn't be me playing if I didn't let the Frenchman score at least once. Other than that, was pretty plain sailing. 17th minute and Sergey managed to retake the lead with a lovely Trivella before it's the big Canadian to score his second hat-trick of the day. I'm warning you, you might have a bit of a player here, chaps. Anyways, moving on to game 2, and all the momentum we built in the last one, I think we may have left it back on the coach because it was a horrific start to kick this one off. Less than 30 minutes in, we've already found ourselves 2-0 down. I will say this though, while we may have some new players, some new faces, that heart, that desire that existed in Team 1, that ain't gone anywhere. It's what can only be described as an avalanche. Not only get back into this one, but to go absolutely flying. We went riot with not just 3 goals, with not just 4 goals, but 5 goals in the space of 30 minutes of football. Ladies and gentlemen, Theo and Sergey both getting themselves a brace in the process. It's an exciting time to be following this football team because this is just the beginning. Next up, we faced Evo of Man U. Got to respect a man that gets straight to the point, I suppose, even if there was only one in the starting 11. Regardless, he gave us the 3 wins, so nothing but thanks to you, sir. Meaning we only needed 1 win to qualify, but more importantly, to qualify flawlessly. In our way, something you don't see every day, a team that doesn't look like Rainbow Vomit. I weren't to judge though, it's these sleeper teams that will catch you out, probably a pro player on the other end doing a challenge video or something. I can confirm, however, that was not the case in this one. It's O'Reilly to open up proceedings with this effort. He weren't done there though. In almost a carbon copy of the first, is bare to tee the Dane up and double our lead. And with that quick, ladies and gentlemen, that is 4-0. Well, couldn't have asked for a much better start than that. There were a few bumps in the road in terms of building the squad, but off that small sample, I think we may have just pulled it off. We'll be testing them out in a big time, a full weekend league next episode, but for now, we'll be calling it a day. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed, remember to like, comment and subscribe. As always, all your support thus far has been greatly appreciated. I hope you have a superb day, whatever it is you are doing, and I hope to see you next time.